Okay, this is another quick tutorial vignette on Harvest Law. This time we're going to be putting in witnesses to our cases. We'll quickly click on and use John Doe again. As you know, got John Doe. He has the influence operating so as to endanger. In our little fictitious scenario, let's see how witnesses work. You'll see that there already are a couple of witnesses in here. There's Ms. Corella DeVille and I Must Be Good Person, which is, if you do a lot of criminal work, especially bar advocate work, you may find yourself in the position of having the same witnesses in different cases, especially if you have domestic violence cases. It may be the same witness again who is the complaining witness in a domestic violence case. So here, when you start out, you can simply click on Ms. Cruella DeVille, and she may be a witness in this case. As you can see, she is a witness in the I Must Be Innocent case, and she's also a witness in this. If you just double click on any of the witnesses, it'll bring up the witnesses if you need to edit any of their details. For instance, if they change an address or a phone number, that can be edited. But in this case, we'll just, for argument's sake, Ms. DeVille was a witness to this case, but as you can see, we have the little Edit List Matters button again, and we can now type. We have a fact witness, a law enforcement experts, and a complaining witness. So let's say we've got a fact witness here. This would be Mr. Jasper. Jasper. No middle initial. Mr. Jasper Jones. Give him a date of birth. Let's say 6/4/1975. An address. Etc. We'll save him, and then we can add Jasper Jones. So Jasper Jones is now our witness in this case. Let's say, for the sake of argument, this next court date is going to be a jury trial. It says it's a pre-trial. Let's just change this to a jury trial. We'll go back to witness. The button right here is Witness Documents, and you'll see later in the tutorial for document assembly. If I click that, say I want to summons this person, I can click Witness Summons. I click Merge to Word. It will launch Word. And again, apologize, this tends to run a little slower while the recording, the video recording, for some reason that has a whole lot of stuff on it. That had the paragraph button on it, but as you can see, you're hereby commanded to on June 8th in the forenoon for a jury trial, and from day to day after that, and you have all your information that's put in here. Take that little hyphen out, and you have a document summons, and you have it for Jasper Jones, and you have it for Cruella DeVille. So you can use that information. It's not just to keep track of witnesses, but that information can be used or would be used to create documents. It's also used, as you will see, on the conflict checker. So you see here we have 7 records so far with a number of witnesses. So for people who've been using Harvest Law for a long time, the conflicts checker is an excellent, an excellent use of Harvest Law in terms of checking to see if you have any conflicts. So we'll have every defendant and it will have every witness, as there are certain cases where representing somebody as a defendant or having somebody as a witness may in turn make it impossible for you to represent that person as a witness or as a defendant in this particular case. For instance, if you were to be appointed to represent somebody as a witness in a Fifth Amendment case, or to determine a Fifth Amendment, but you have them as a non-hostile witness in a case where you represent a defendant, there would be a conflict of interest. But here's how you would check that. For instance, I can type in Vil, even any part of a person's name, and click this search, and you'll see that Cruella de Vil is in the John Doe case and in the I Must Be Innocent case. And if I wanted to click on that case and see what the details, whether it was open or closed at the time, I can click on that and it'll bring me right to that case. So it's an important feature and an important use of keeping track of all of your defendants, keeping track of all your witnesses. You'll ultimately be able to check conflicts of interest just by clicking a button and typing in all or part of a name, of a last name, or any part of first name or last name, and it will bring it up for you. So that is the Witness tab and the use of the Witness tab and for keeping track of witnesses. And there are, as I said, many uses for it in Harvest Law, not the least of which is creating documents based on those witnesses and for conflict of interest checks.